recording part, right?
Sorry, sir. This is my flowchart, sir.
Okay. Run
So
it once. It is.
So it's asked for a number, I say 1.
Okay.
And then it just keeps on going. It doesn't stop, sir. That's the problem.
Okay.
Until I press this button, it doesn't stop, sir.
Keep on. Scroll down. No, the flow chart. You could see only loop. Generally, we are into an infinite loop in your flow chart. So infinite loop occurs when the condition z less than or equal to length, or any condition. We can come out of the loop only when that condition is yes, right?
Okay.
Or else we'll be going in the no forever. So in the no section of your loop, see whether you are making changes for the variable z. Okay,
yes,
z. Okay, z initialized to z plus 1. Fine. Okay. Scroll up. What is the initial value of z? Scroll up.
3, sir.
Sir, there I think she must say greater than, no, sir.
Sir, there it should come length is less than or equal to, sir, not z.
Scroll down. Scroll down. Someone is telling no. Scroll down in the loop. Z is less than or equal to length.
That loop must be greater than, no, sir. That is mistake, I think.
So this?
Okay.
Yes, greater than.
I'll try, sir, now.
Try it once.
Sir, and one more condition also, no, sir. If we put 1, it should be 0, that condition.
Let us see. First, overcome the. Are you
So
able to
this is what I got, sir. I got 0, 1.
Okay. What is that you are run the program again, run the flowchart again.
When we press 1, 0 should come now, sir.
No, the infinite loop we are able to now overcome. The rest of the things I think Niyati can work it out.
Yes, sir.
Now give some other value instead of 1, give 10.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So are we getting 10 symbols? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 only. Okay. Maybe you can work it out. Now that you have understood where the error is, you can modify it to get the output as required.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, stop my screen share.
Now you can stop it. Any other questions you have?
Z should be put to 2, I think, sir.
No, that she will modify it.
Okay, sir.
Yes. That's it, sir.
Right.
So, do I have to take the screenshot and send it in GLearn, or
I think are we still you are able to submit in GLearn now? I think we have given only deadline till.
Yes, sir. Today
we'll be able to submit it today till 12 o'clock, sir.
Right. Fine.
So, sir, put it in a Word and send it to you?
Don't send it to me. Put everything in GLearn only. Even if you send it to me, what is the point?
Yes.
I will not be verifying it now.
Sir, the assignment is for printing the number, not for Fibonacci series, no, sir. Printing Fibonacci series unit place.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think the assignment details are mentioned there.
Last digit of the number, sir.
Fine. Okay.
The last digit of the last number, sir. In the question, there is not mentioned that we need to print the series, no, sir.
Right. No. She will work it out. She had a problem. She was able to continuously. She cannot come out of the loop. We have rectified it. Rest of the things she will take care. Right. Then from B24, Sai Sandeep. Are you there? Sai Sandeep Reddy, B24, roll number 48. Mm,
Sandeep is not there in the session, sir.
it's not there. Okay. Right. Fine. Now let us from B22 48 Akhil Venkat Sai.
Yes, sir.
Right, you are there. Let me start sharing my screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Surat sir.
Kanti sir, you're back.
Joined through mobile.
If you have work, you can. Fine. Okay.
Even.
No problem, sir. I will be there. I'll, if any work is, any help is there, I will.
Maybe this week I will try to complete this Raptor, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Maybe from next month on, next week onwards, let
Okay.
us see if we can start with Python.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Akhil Venkat Sai, right?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
No,
Is this
sir.
sent by you only?
Actually, yes, sir. He asked me how to do the template and all. I sent
Okay.
him that, sir.
Right. So, fine. Okay. So, those who are sending, fine.
He asked for the template record, sir. I told him in GLearn, but
Okay.
he asked me to send. I sent that, sir. I
Right.
know. He told me, sir, that he sent you.
Right. No problem. Leave it. So, generally, what happens is the file name is Veera Satya Pavan
Yeah,
Vignesh.
sir. Yeah, I told
So,
him.
Sir,
No,
I could change the name, please.
okay. So that's the reason why we only kept the template. This is a common thing which occurs every time, not only for a couple of students every time. When they take it from someone else, they keep forgetting that something else has to be changed.
I told him, sir, he will change it and
Leave
post
it,
in GLearn.
anyhow, this is
I was successful in sending it GLearn, sir. I changed the name and sent it in GLearn, sir.
fine. Okay.
I submitted.
Those who are in the process of preparing the reports, keep the syllabus. Syllabus is already there in the GLearn. In I think in PDF format, you can convert it into Microsoft Word or somehow you put the syllabus copy, both theory as well as laboratory. It is up to you, whichever syllabus you want to keep. The point which I wanted to convey to you is, in the previous class we have said, suppose this is the screenshot which was captured and kept it here. When you use Raptor flowcharts, the only way in which we can put it in a document is taking a screenshot or something and pasting it in the MS Word. Okay. To the best of my knowledge, there is no other alternative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, once you put it, make it the habit of putting captions for the figures, not only flowcharts. Any figure that you put it in MS Word, see that you use captions. In the previous session, we thought of doing it, but it did not work in someone else's system. Okay, let me show you how to do it. You right click on the picture or the field. There is insert caption, right? And here in the caption name, let this number be as it is. You don't have to change it. Whatever is this flowchart. Say for example, I'm just putting something main flow chart. Whichever name that is suitable for the picture. You put OK. The caption will be appearing at the bottom. Again, you can put it in the middle somewhere. It is left to you whether you want to be in right alignment, left alignment, or middle alignment. It is up to you. Okay. Once that is done, you save this. Go somewhere to the beginning. Here we have content. So somewhere you, after contents, somewhere you take your screen, go to references. Now here you have insert table of figures. This is table of contents which is already there in the template. Here insert table of figures. Okay. Once you do this, you will understand how this works. I'm just not changing anything. I'm just putting okay. Okay. So just like table of contents, here also you will get the figure, the name of the caption that you have written, along with the page number.
So once say again, sir.
I will
How
repeat
to
the
print
second. I will repeat the second. Let's say table of figures. That's all. Right. This will be helpful for you later on. Okay. Now I am again deleting everything. I am again starting from. So for this, we have already inserted the caption. Let us go to the next figure. Next flowchart is there. Right click on the flowchart or the figure or picture, whatever it is. Okay. Insert caption. Right. Now previously it was figure 1. Now it is figure 2. The numbering will be done automatically. You don't have to worry.
Will be aligned automatically, sir.
That's the advantage. You don't have to worry about the numbering part now. Whatever order you take, the same thing numbering will follow. So let us assume this is sub flow chart or something.
Subcharge.
Whatever the sub flow chart is, say for example number series. I don't know what it is. I'm just putting. You can change the numbering. Options are available that you can check it out. Right. So figure 2 sub flow chart, some name that you get. Okay. Wherever you want to insert the corresponding thing, suppose I want to insert it here. I go here. I go to references. There is something called as table of figures. You click on it. Okay. And you can also use hyperlinks. Let us see, maybe some other class, let us check it. Okay. So figure 1 main flow chart, figure 2 sub flow chart. You can give a heading for this.
Pages will also align by itself.
Which one?
Pages, site 7, 8, it's given us.
7, 8, we did not do anything. Whichever page that is it is that.
So it will align itself, sir.
It will give numbering at itself. So this one is in page number
7.
7. You can see it here. Suppose I keep on pressing enter. I move that to the next page. So now this figure 1 has come to page 8. This is the. Now let us see the table of contents there. You need to update this. Update the table. Update page numbers only or update entire table. Automatically.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
You may not get it for the first time. You just practice it. Practice it when the number of the figures and the page the report is very few pages. Once you understand how it works, you can do it automatically. Next time it will be. If there are 100 pages and if you want to test it, it may or may not. You may not be able to understand how it is working. So practice it when the number of pages are very small. When you are dealing with 1 or 2 programs. Once you get habituated, the rest of the things you can just keep on inserting figures, etc. Okay. And one more thing which I found this here is the links. Okay. If I click here, it is supposed to go to the link. Okay. So if you find, you can also share the links. All those are references here. So to prepare this, so maybe that corresponding student or member referred a YouTube link or something there. Okay. So any word that you put, you can make that word hyperlink. So all these things will be helpful to you, either within the same page or in some other folder, etc. You can create hyperlink in the same page also. And the template for those who have joined recently or not, template is available in the GLearn.
Yes, I could not find it. That's why I asked you.
No problem. No. Right. So I'm not saving anything. I'm closing this. I'm searching for.
So
Sir,
Yes.
you can go first.
sir, will you start Python today, sir?
No, not today.
Not today. Okay, sir.
Sai Sandeep from cyber security, roll number 48. Are you there?
Sir, I'm there.
Right. Okay.
Sir, are you going to check assignments today, sir?
No. I will let you know what I'm doing. Let me just finish it up a few things.
No,
Science
sir.
Sandeep, you have sent me this, no? Excel sheet.
Yes, sir.
Right.
That's the one.
So from B24 cyber security, roll number 48, Sai Sandeep has sent this Excel sheet with the date, and he has uploaded the videos. It will take some.
Sir, I didn't have given access to all.
No, we will. No need to give access. We will finish it up this now itself. How to do and all. Let us see.
Okay, sir.
Right. So it's working.
Sir, I have given your account access, only your account.
Okay.
So you can open the.
Okay. Right. So let us check one other video. Right. Okay. Now, anyone else who is doing it, they can stop uploading it for the finding. Sandeep, for how long will this work? These links? Maybe for the next 2-3 months till the end of the semester?
Full years.
Okay, right.
Complete.
So
I have separately created channel and I put them.
Okay. So what we will do is we will go to the folder. We'll upload that here. We'll modify the name.
Sandeep, you can make it public, no? That way everyone can access it.
Public means.
No, we'll share this link to everyone. Let us give you a minute. Let us see
No,
whether
sir.
it is working or not.
If we keep public, then other can like other students other than our Geetam can access the classes. So I have given just only you.
322. Session. So let us open this.
That was the link for the channel, sir.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us keep this somewhere. So what is channel link? This okay. To access this, they should have a privilege, yeah? To access
No,
the
sir.
channel.
I have to give their mail ID in my
Okay.
control. There will be.
Okay.
I have given
So,
your mail ID so you can access.
right. So if you click your videos, all the videos will be there. Whichever you
No,
have
sir.
uploaded.
No, it will not show the videos because they are in private. They won't show. We have always open the Excel and we have to open.
Acha, okay. So now to the other students, do we require this channel link to be shared?
No, sir. It's not necessary.
Okay. So I'm deleting this.
Okay, sir.
The channel is not required. Let us put serial number. And YouTube link. Right. Now, Sai Sandeep, your Geetam ID?
S study.
I think I have your Geetam ID. Let me just check it here.
Okay, sir.
You're from 224.
Not there, sir. For with you.
48. It's not there. Okay. Just a minute. It will be there in. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you used this earlier? This mail ID?
Yes, sir. I have used.
You are using it.
I had created the channel by that only, sir. That mail.
Let us also do this to count the answer. For anyone else you want to give permission, editor permission, so that they can access this Excel sheet, where they can also they can also upload in their YouTube channels and provide the links. Sandeep, any of your friends who are also involved in this?
Up to now, I didn't know who are.
Okay, since you are also
Trying.
owner, you can add it later.
Okay.
So, myself, you and Krantikaran sir are having editor permissions.
Okay. Sir.
Only for the Excel sheet.
Okay. Sir.
You're also equally owner to this. You can include some other names later on.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if the students have access to the Excel sheet, only read-only permission, if they click on the link, can they view the videos?
No, sir. I have to include their mail IDs in my YouTube channel. Can you give permission to share my screen, sir? So I can.
Okay, okay. I will stop sharing.
If we want to see this screen, how can we see?
Now you can share, I suppose.
Okay. So 1 minute. Is it visible?
Yes.
Sir, this is the last class, 16th November. So I put it in private.
Okay.
Videos. So when I see, I have given access to you and the Kranti sir.
Okay. Okay.
So you two only can see the videos.
Okay. Cancel it for the time being.
Sir?
Okay. Put it in unlisted. No, what will happen if you put it in unlisted?
The links who are having can open, sir. Then.
Right. Okay. Now save this. Is it for only one video or for the entire channel?
Yes, sir. I will change all videos.
No. There will be a provision where in your
once I will check.
Channel, if you say unlisted, whatever videos are there in that, you can see. Suppose one, if there are 10 videos, you cannot do it on a every time. No? On your left hand side, there is settings, no? Dashboard, videos, playlist, analytics, comments, subtitles, copyright, monetization. Acha, right. Okay. I did not look at that. Okay. Suppose
it will take a while, sir.
Okay, it will take later. Now in the Excel sheet you have given us the links, no? Suppose
Yes,
I
sir.
share it. In your, you open that Excel sheet.
Yes,
okay.
sir. I open.
No, we have kept this Excel sheet in the Google Drive.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I give only read-only permissions to all the students of B22 and B24.
Yes, sir.
If they click on the link, it should open the video.
Yes, sir. It will open, sir.
Now that we are putting in
But
unlisted.
now it was updating. Yes.
Okay.
Now when it was updated, they can open like that.
Okay. Right. We will. Okay.
Sir, even if we click here, it won't open. You can copy and paste it.
Okay. Someone is speaking. It's not audible.
Sir, are you able to hear me now?
Right. You can stop sharing. Once it is done, you just let me know.
Okay,
and
sir.
give access permission to them. Let us see if it is working at their end.
Okay, sir.
And with the same thing, let us also put it in GLearn, that link, so that it becomes easier. So the last roll number from B24, Shruti Kiran. Are you there? From cyber security. 53, roll number 53.
Sir, they all have been unlisted, sir.
Unlisted. Let us now verify. Okay, share your screen once again. Go to your Google Drive.
Once.
Just now I shared one Excel sheet with spreadsheet. I think it will come to your mail as well.
Was it loading? Yes, sir, it have been.
Right. Click on that. Select any one link and paste it in the Zoom chat. Let us see whether anyone is able to, others can able to check it out. Right. So he kept it in the Zoom chat. Some of you can click on it and see whether it is able, you are able to open it or not.
Yes, sir, it's working.
It's working, right? Shruti Kiran, 53. If you are there, you click on once. Let us see it is working or not. Right? Okay. So if it works for one member, it will work for any member who's having that link. Right. Okay. Now what we will do is, you can, Sandeep, you can stop sharing the screen.
Okay, sir.
Right. Just. Okay. Now I will go to the drive. Okay. So now this has to be shared with everyone. Settings.
Sir, change it to anyone with the link.
Why we have only Geetam? Why everyone?
Even if I change it yesterday, like I did the same thing, I changed it to Geetam. But even then, I'm asked to give permission to them, sir.
Okay. Suppose if we restrict it, then
Restricted also, it's asking permission, sir. For some
then
Geetam mails, it is not asking permission. For some Geetam mails, it is asking
fine. So
permission.
anyone with the link can only view them, right? So anyone with this link can only view. They cannot
Yes, sir.
modify. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'll copy this link. And put it in. Zoom recordings. So put it in the log. Spreadsheet. Sessions. Then color this. Same thing. Okay, so the problem of previous contents will be over. Right. So, Sandeep, do you require any help to upload the videos in the YouTube channel?
No, sir.
All right. At some point of time, if you have any problems, you just convey it. Someone else will
Okay,
take
sir.
over.
Okay, sir.
Right. So, in the same Zoom recording sessions, the Excel sheet is shared, having only editor permissions for the other members. They can click on it and access the sessions. And since I have information, I will also put one more link. I will also put the topic so that it becomes easier for you. And the topic anyhow are there in the Zoom like Glearn. Whenever I find time, I will put it there. Okay. So I think that should eliminate the problem of previous old Zoom sessions. Okay. So with respect to Zoom sessions, any doubts? Accessing old previous videos? The problem is solved. this week. Uh, right. Before we start the Python part, the idea what we have in our mind is by end of this week, we are planning to complete the Raptor related things. And if everyone agrees, we will start working on Python from next Monday or Tuesday onwards. Monday we have lab. Maybe Monday we will check your lab records, everything. Depending upon whatever you do, we will give some suggestions. If Monday, after Monday, maybe Tuesday, we have 1 hour now. From Tuesday onwards, we will let us start Python. Okay. So at any point of time, if you have any doubts or questions related to either Scratch or Raptor, you just convey to us. We can have a breakout session only for those students. We can discuss it and come back to the main session. The regular students will like either they practice the Python code or something else can be done. Okay, and that is how it is planned. Now in the lab record, if we have done Scratch, because Scratch again copy pasting and all may not be convenient, so you can share the link in the record. Okay, I believe some of you all know how to share your Scratch projects using links that can be done.
Sir, if we are using offline Scratch,
then convert that into online.
Sir, otherwise, can we take the screenshot and put it in the Word file, sir? Shall we
Okay.
ask them to do that?
Output of the program.
Output of the Scratch.
Yes, hexagon pentagon.
Okay. Okay, somehow, whichever is convenient to you, you put it. Either in the record somewhere, link or somehow. But these programs, I think the syllabus is already shared with you in GLAM. You can verify it. See that you follow some numbering. The same numbering, if you follow, it is convenient. It is easier for us to put it accordingly. Okay. And if you have difficulty in any of the programs, we can help it out. We may not give you the entire code, and then you practice it to a certain extent. We can only assist you in completing your project work or the program or flowchart, the Scratch one. So don't put everything on us saying that don't know anything. You start from the beginning. That is okay for those who have joined recently, but those who are from the beginning, if you ask us to start Scratch once again, it is of no use for you, either for you or for us. Okay. Now, so this 245. So before I start, last time we were held with sorting. We could not complete the flowchart. If anyone has completed, they can share it, or I will try to complete
Completed,
the
sir.
sorting. Completed? Right, okay. Before sorting, any doubts, any questions related to Raptor, like Fibonacci sequence and all? Yesterday, Kranti sir might have discussed something yesterday or day before yesterday. Any doubts related to that? Okay. I'm stopping my screen share. So sorting, someone has said they have completed. No, you can share the screen. We check it. Okay. Right. Run the program, entire flowchart once by giving some input. Five elements. Give some numbers. Okay, click on the left hand side, click on the array. Okay. Right. Now go to the what do you call the subchart where you are sorting.
Yes, sir.
Scroll down. Okay. Right. So did you use the logic which was explained earlier?
Yes, sir. I did. I only changed for while checking for the elements, sir.
Okay.
Everything else is the same.
Right.
I only changed the sorting method. What I did is I compared each and every element to rest of the elements. Like 5 is compared with each and every element. Same goes to 3.
Let us go step by step. You have this run. Now click on the run. If you press F10, it will go one step by step. Let us follow that and see the logic. Next step. I think those who are entering numbers, fine.
5.
Maybe there will be no doubts regarding entering the elements in the array. It is simple. You can continue at a faster pace.
I'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sir.
Already sorted, no? They are already sorted 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I'll change them. I'll give
right.
it in a random order.
Right. So you are printing the elements, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let us. This will go step by step. Okay. Left hand side, click on the array so that you can see. So 4, 6, 2, 1, 7 are the input numbers. Okay. We have gone to the loop. Incrementing.
I'll go to the next step, sir.
Okay. So those along with me, whoever is watching this screen, if you have any questions, you can ask. So after one iteration, you have compared 4 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
4
sir.
is less than 6, it did not swap.
Yes.
Okay. Next, you are comparing 6 and 2.
No, next we are comparing 4 and 2, sir.
4 and 2. Okay, fine.
As 4 is greater than 2, it will be changing them, sir.
So you have swapped 2 and 4. Okay. Now you are comparing 2 and 1.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So after end of one iteration, whichever is the smallest, it goes to the first place.
Yes.
Okay.
Now index is increased by 2, which is outer index.
Okay. Now
It
6 will
start
be
with
compared
6.
with 4.
Each and every element.
Achha.
4 and 6 have changed, sir.
Right. So now third index. 6 will be compared with 4. Okay. Okay. 4 and 6 were swapped. Now 4 will be compared with 7. Okay.
Now, since 6 is greater than 6 is always lesser than 7, it won't be doing anything. It will go blank continuously.
So we come out of the loop and we try to print the array after sorting. Okay. Done. Right. So the whole why we are using sorting is we actually want to search for an element using binary technique, binary search technique. So to implement binary search, we have to make the list of elements sorted. For that, we are using some sorting technique. So once it is sorted, next step is to implement the binary search. Okay.
Shall I stop the screen, sir?
No, keep it. Anirudh, can you also implement the binary search?
Fine, sir.
Give this, cancel this. Create a copy of the entire Raptor flowchart, entire file itself. This will be a sorting program. Close this entire Raptor. Please close it.
Let me save it.
Save. Make a copy of, duplicate this. Give a binary search as the file name. Binary search. Open this. Right. So our step starts from the array which is already sorted.
I'll stop the array printing, sir.
Array printing also can be there because we don't require it. We can check it there.
I'll go with the subchat, sir.
No, have you understood the logic for binary search?
Yes, sir. Which means we'll enter an element. It should check the complete array for if the respective element is there or not in it or not.
That is a linear search. Okay. Stop sharing your screen once.
Okay.
You will only do it. I will come back to you. I will start sharing my screen. This time, let me do something else.
Oh, sir, binary search means dividing the set of array into two parts.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It already for binary search already the array has to be sorted. Let me take a sorted array. Draw elements. 7, 14. Some numbers I'm already taken sorted order. Suppose I want to search for an element, say for example 4. I want to find out whether 4 is available or not. So what binary search technique does is it will count the number of elements in the array. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it is odd number or even number, whatever it is, you have functions in Raptor, math functions like float and seal. It has to identify the middle element. So in this case, let us assume that 7 is the middle element. Now you find out whether the number you are searching is it equal to this middle element or not. If it is the same, you can just come out saying that I have found my element in particular location or something. If not, if the number you are searching is less than the middle element, you have to search this part. If the number you are searching is greater than the middle element, then you have to search this half. Right? So this technique is called as binary search technique. Okay. Now, with this logic, can you complete your Raptor flowchart? Anirudh?
Sir, I'm not getting an idea how to split the array, sir.
Okay, let us help you then. I'm stopping my screen share. Can anyone else give an idea? Or okay, I will just give you a hint. I will again share my screen. I will open the Raptor which I've already prepared for this. Based on that, you can implement at your end. So I'm using this is sub procedure. This is a sub procedure. I'm passing 4 arguments. Let me show you the model. The procedure name is some name I'm giving. I'm passing the entire array, the starting index, the ending index of that array, as well as the element which I want to search. Okay, the entire array, the starting index of the array, the ending index of the array, and the element which I have to search. Okay. Then I am trying to find the middle point. Here it is. Still have to get used to it. Right. I need to find the middle element. So initially my starting index is 1. My ending index of the array is 6. So what I am doing, 1 plus 6 by 2. 7 by 2, 3.5. Right. So we have 2 mathematical functions in Raptor. One is called as seal. C-E-I-L. Other one is flow. Okay, so for the number 3.5, floor value will be 3. Ceiling value will be 4. Okay. So a room will have a ceiling, a room will have a floor. So the number will be floating between the ceiling and the floor. Okay. So these two functions are available in Raptor. Okay. So I'm using floor function. So 1 plus 6 by 2, 3.5. The middle value will be 3. And I'm checking whether the element is equal to the array indexed by the middle point or not. If it is yes, we just say that the element is found at a particular location, midpoint location. If it is no, we are checking whether the element is less than or greater than the array midpoint. If it is less than, we have to look at the smaller or the lower sided portion. If it is greater than, we have to search for the higher end portion. To search for, again, I am calling the same function, same procedure. Recursive call, again, I am calling binary search. Again, I am calling binary search with the same array. But this time, my starting index, because it is on the lower side, my starting index will be 1, but my ending index will be middle point minus 1. And the element which I have to search. So my procedure, it is accepting 4 arguments. One is the array, starting index, ending index, and the element which you have to search. So in sub procedures, you have to pass the arguments. Otherwise, they are not visible. There is something called as local global variables. In the previous subchats, whatever variable you declare, they are available everywhere else. So I'm purposefully calling using sub procedures for calling it again and again. Can we do it in the same way for the subchats also? We can do, but we don't have to search for the entire array. We are now restricting our array search only to limited number of elements. So for that reason, since we have to pass arguments, I'm using this technique. This is when you are searching for the lower end part. If no, for higher end part, again the array. This time the starting index will be middle point plus 1, and the ending index will be the end part. So if I share this thing again, so if it is for the lower part, I need only these arrays. The starting index will always be the 1, and the ending index, this one will be middle point minus 1, middle index minus 1. If I am searching for the bigger part or the higher end part, the starting index will be middle point plus 1, middle point plus 1, and the ending index will be the ending value. Okay, so that is how I am calling this sub procedure. And the main is just like what Anirudh has done or which was explained earlier. We are entering how many elements you want to take and calling one subchart where I take elements, I sort them, then I ask for what is the element that has to be searched, and I will call my sub procedure binary search, passing 4 arguments. Okay. So can you try? Others also, can they try? This is the flowchart.
Sir, you're not sharing your screen.
Sorry. I think I'm sharing it. Not okay. Sorry.
Whiteboard, sir.
Okay. Right. Now I can. Okay. Earlier we did the entire flowchart. Did I share that? Starting this part. So this is element
Yes,
that
sir, you
I'm
shared
doing.
it in WhatsApp.
Okay. Yeah, so only this I have added now. So binary search procedure. So that is the advantage. Once you understand a topic, you can keep on extending it by adding some more features to it. Now, I'm stopping my screen share. You can attempt it. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Maybe 5-10 minutes in that.
Sir, can you share the chapter file in WhatsApp?
If I share again, everyone will make a copy of it. I have to maintain one Xerox copy machine at my place. If you try, you will understand. Okay? And if you observe while discussing in the class, okay, let me show you that. Okay. This was the actual sorting that we agreed on in the beginning classes. The element, if I start from 1 and 9 will be checked, then 9 and 3 will be checked because one is less than the other, 3 and 9 are swapped, then 9 and 6 are swapped. Something like that, we proceed. But if you observe what Anirudh has done is, he is restricting the index value to 1 only. If required, he is bringing the element there and then comparing it with the remaining elements. That is another way of sorting. Okay. So the whole objective is you give an input array. It has to be sorted in some way or the other. Then we have to go for binary search. So that is improvisation. So I did not explain him that code, but since he has done it. So once you start implementing it, you will have a lot of questions, doubts, and you will understand in a better way. Anirudh, can you share your screen?
Sir, actually doing it, sir.
No, no, Anirudh.
Yes, sir.
Right. So one n and whichever, okay, which elements need to be searched, tag. Okay, open the binary search folder. Sorry, binary search procedure. Okay, now let us run the entire code. Your wish, you can take any number of elements. So, which is the element you are searching for? 65.
Yes, sir.
Right. So after sorting, you can now the same code you run it where you enter an element which is not in the list, in the not in the array.
Oh, hi. Going for infinite loop, sir.
Okay. So can you add a little bit of code where if you enter an element which is not in the list, it has to tell me that. Okay.
Connection.
What went wrong in our code? No, I think no. If you say it should go to S, no, the element has not been found. Oh, has been found. Okay. What if the element is not there?
If it's not there, element. Sir, can't do that.
Okay, think of it. Okay,
I'll
think of
try.
it, and because I purposefully did not check that case. If everything is, it's like opening a banana and giving me feeding me. So we took a case where we give an input, we assume that the element is there in the list, and then we wrote the code, wrote the flowchart. There should also be a case where it should also tell us that the element is not available.
Yes.
Just a minor, we have to add one more condition that will work it out. Right, and you can stop sharing. Think of it and then.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? No, is the entire procedure, the algorithm or the flowchart, is it understood?
Sir, a small doubt regarding the technique of binary search, sir.
Okay.
Like I didn't understand the technique of binary search.
Okay. You open your share your screen.
Like I didn't start doing the flowchart, sir. I was doing the rough. I was doing the rough thing, sir. So in that rough thing,
the flowchart is only a tool for us to get things done. You share your screen, open a paint and just.
Okay, sir.
Right. Randomly give some 8 or 9 numbers in an order, sorted order.
In ascending order or something, sir?
In ascending, whichever. Some order should be there, either ascending or descending.
Okay, sir.
Your handwriting is much better than mine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, even if you interchange the numbers, finally you have to order them. Okay, you know how to sort it.
Yes, sir. Sorting technique
Right.
I was good, sir.
Okay. Now you choose some number which has to be found out.
Okay,
I am
14.
searching for a number. Okay, write somewhere 14, somewhere else.
Okay, sir.
So normally in a linear, if you are searching in a linear order, what we do, we start from the beginning. I start from index 1. That is a linear search.
Yes, sir.
Is 1 equal to 14? No. I increment the index. Then ask, is 5 equal to 14? No. I increment the index. So on, so on. I go till the end. Okay. Now, suppose, let us take all of you in one classroom. Right. So far, we haven't seen physically. Right. Suppose tomorrow suddenly some have found out vaccine, you are all vaccinated for COVID and you come and sit in the classroom. I don't know who and who is. So suppose I want to find out Anirudh. I haven't seen Anirudh till now. So I will ask the first person, are you Anirudh? No. Second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person. And Anirudh sits in the last bench. And I have to keep on searching for Anirudh till the last bench. Okay? It takes a lot of time. If there is a provision where I put them in an order, roll number wise. Suppose I know that Anirudh is having some roll number, say 14. Okay, so I pick the middle number. Okay, I will ask, what is your roll number? He says 56. So I know that roll numbers after 56 doesn't have Anirudh. I will search for roll numbers before 56.
Okay, we are doing class into half, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Whether
dividing the like array in two halves.
Half is only a technique, right? You can divide them into multiples of 10 or 20. It is just a way to split our search.
Okay, basically we are splitting our things.
Right. Now, if you know the total strength, then you can divide it by half. Okay? Now, I know that the total number of elements are 8. I can divide 8 with 2. Suppose I don't know the count, then what will I do?
Midpoint you will take, sir.
How I do? What is the middle point then? See, if there are 10 members, okay, I can say 5 is the middle point.
Yes,
if I don't know the count, what can I identify the middle point then? So then I go step by step. Since I know numbers, I will first ask for the first 5 numbers. What is your roll number? Then maybe in steps of 5 or 10 or something, I will check it. Okay. Now after 25, put 3 dots in your list. Put 3 dots. That means I don't know the list, but I know that they are in a sort in particular order, whether it is ascending order, descending order, something. Okay. Now suppose I am searching for a number, say 35, right? 35 somewhere. I am searching for that number. Okay. I don't know the count. I don't know how many numbers are there. I will go to up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go up to 25. I will ask that 25 serial number. What is your number? He says 25. Okay. So I don't have to bother about the remaining part. I only have to bother about number after 25.
We are leaving the numbers before 25.
Yes. So randomly I pick a spot. Instead of middle element, I just randomly select 25. I will ask, is 25 equal to 35? No.
It's like randomly picking an index and asking, checking with it.
Right. So that is a modified search. So when the total size is known to me, then I can identify middle point. If the total size is not known to me, I have to pick up some random point. If not random, maybe steps of 10, steps of 20, something like that. Okay. Now, let us forget the remaining part. Let us now concentrate on the binary search. So can you erase 35? Or else leave it, no problem. Okay, right, good. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 elements are there. Now I have to check for the middle point. Okay. So 8 by 2, 4. I'll look at the fourth index. So in your list, what is the fourth index?
14, no, 11, sir.
11. I will compare 11 with 14. Is 11 equal to 14?
No.
No. Then I will check, is 11 less than 14 or greater than 14? If it is 11 is less than 14, I will go to the
Before
higher end, or lower end, whichever. If 11 is less than 14, I will yes or no, no. If 11 is less than 14, I have to search for the higher end.
So like for like suppose you are searching for a like we have 8 numbers here, sir. So 11 is the fourth number.
Okay.
So we are checking 11 with 14. If it is equal to, we'll go to yes part.
Yes.
If it is not equal to, we'll go to other selection where it is being checked whether it is greater or small, like
Yes.
less. If it is greater, we'll go to the higher end.
Bigger end. Yes.
If it is
We
lesser,
don't
we'll
have
go
to bother what is before 11. We don't have to bother.
Yes, sir.
So now we know that the element that has to be searched is between 11 and 25.
Yes, sir.
So my array size is reduced to half.
Yeah.
Earlier there were 8 elements. Now
Now
there
we
are
have
only
4.
4 elements. Now what I have to do? I have to give the index which is after 11.
So
Earlier what we were giving? We are giving starting index 1 till ending index, the entire array.
Yes, sir.
Now my array size is reduced to half. So when it is reduced to half, I have to give its starting and ending point. Okay. So when you are looking at the higher end, what will be the starting index? 11 plus 1. 11th
Yes. Index
position
5,
plus
sir.
1. 5. And what is my ending index?
Index 8.
Right. Index 8, ending index was the one which was there for the original array.
Yes, sir.
Only for the starting index, I have to modify a little bit. But I know that my middle point is 4, fourth index, 4 plus 1. So it will start with fifth index until the end part.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
That the logic which we have applied there. If it is in the beginning part of the array, my
Then,
starting index is 1.
Will be same and ending index will be minus 1.
Middle point minus 1.
Minus 1.
That's the same thing that we have applied.
Yes, sir.
So now
sir, but this is a linear search, no, sir.
This is binary search, not linear.
Means binary means we need to first we need to accept the numbers in 1 and 0s, no, sir.
Not that binary.
Like my mind was running around that only,
Right,
sir.
right,
Okay,
not that binary.
we need to input the number into binary and then we need to search, no? Like I was doing that only, sir.
Right. So English is a funny language. One word has got multiple meanings.
Okay.
So depending on the context, we change the meaning of the word.
Like while writing my I used to write on my book, sir. While writing book, I was like doing the subchats, sir.
Right.
Starting, I was like, we need to convert into binary. So I was thinking about that only, sir.
Why binary name has come is it is dividing into half. Every time it is dividing half. That half then we call it binary name.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
It's divided into 2 parts. So that binary 2 is referred to.
Yeah. The array is dividing into one higher end and lower end.
Yes. So the middle is dividing that into 2 parts. Whether they are equal parts or unequal parts is depending upon the context.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. I'll work it on.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Right. You can stop sharing the screen. Any other questions, doubts? With respect to binary search program, binary search flowchart.
Sir, is there a way to find out how many times a function was called out?
You can put in a counter somewhere. Okay, let me share them, then I'll discuss it now. Let me create a sub procedure. Make it simple. I don't require any inputs and all. Let me just remove. Or just take an input. Or it as a counter. There are multiple ways. We use one way. So then procedure count. Sample. Passing the counter. Right. Before passing, just before passing, I will assign the counter. In here, I will modify. I will increment the counter. What if I make the counter as both input output? I will modify this. My counter is both input as well as output. Suppose I call this 2 times. And finally, I will try to print the counter value. I don't know whether it's work or not. I'm just guessing. Number of times sample procedure is called. So let me run this. Number of times sample procedure is called is 3. Counter 1 plus 1. Okay, what if I initialize it to 0? Because inside I'm implementing it is not. So number of times procedure called is 2. If I call it one more time.
Sir, what if we were using recursion?
That also we'll check it now. We are getting 3 as the answer. Okay. Now what if it is recursion? Okay, let us try that also. Inside it. Okay, if you want to have recursion, there should recursion technique. There should be a condition.
There should be an end.
Come out of the recursion. It is possible. Let us try. Okay, let us put if block. Counter. If it is equal to say 5, some condition is there. If it is equal to 5, yes. If it is not equal to 5, let me call the same sample again. Passing on the counter. Here I'll be remove this. Let us check. We have to get 5 as the answer, no? Let us check it. Let me clear this so that I don't get confusion. Let me modify this again. Number of times is 110. Yeah, this is indirect way of checking it, but Raptor as it is, I don't know whether it is maintaining anything to give us a solution that this procedure is called this many number of times. Okay. If any attribute is there, it would have shown it here only, just like in an array. Array, if you want to know the size, it is having a separate attribute called as size.
Size.
Of which we can tell how many elements are there in the array. But for a procedure, there is no such thing here. Which will tell. So we are using an indirect way of identifying how many times the procedure is called by using a variable.
Okay, sir.
Okay, still 5 more minutes left. Let me just check the syllabus. These are the lab experiments. For the time being, let us leave the scratch part. Starting from serial number 4, calculate the max min average of numbers. You can do it. Calculate to convert time, distance, area, volume, and temperature from one unit to another. So if it is time, given seconds, it has to tell me in how many hours, days, months, years, something like that. Distance, conversion of meters or miles into kilometers, something. Area. So what are the different units for area? Centimeter square, meter square, hectare square, something like volume. In temperature, okay, Kelvin to Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit to Celsius, some formula will be there for conversion. This can be done. Construct flow charts and separate procedures to calculate simple interest, compound interest for various parameters. Greatest common divisor using iteration, recursion. Make an attempt to do it. Then first n numbers of Fibonacci sequence. Generate n prime numbers. Perform linear search. Perform binary search. So once you understand how binary search works, you can do it iterative as well as recursive way. The one which I demonstrated you is recursive way, function calling itself. You can also do the same thing in iterative way. Okay. Now tomorrow class we will discuss about characters. Till now we have worked with numbers only. Tomorrow let us see how characters can be calculated. Done. It will ask me what is your name. I enter some characters. It will display me my name. Something like that. Let us check it tomorrow. Okay. And if possible, try to see that you cover Scratch and Raptor programs. Put it properly in the document. In the report, project lab manual, lab record, and we will have a mechanism where I will ask you to submit them either through G form or Google form somewhere. You can submit till the Raptor as well as Scratch. If you require some more time also, we will find a way where we can submit it. Okay?
Sir, Surat sir, in Raptor, is it available? Like if we give a file, can it read? Like in C program?
I've tried, sir. There is no such thing. But why
Yes,
they have
sir.
given, I don't know. I will be able to check.
Yeah. maybe that's the part of Python. I think they might have given it in Raptor.
By mistake, because
Yes, sir.
we haven't checked. There are other options here.
I have
Mode.
checked it, sir. Actually, there is no option for us to read a file. That's
Yes.
the problem.
It was available in older versions.
Okay.
Just to input data, we should use Notepad.
Okay.
We should use Notepad, sir.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
saw in a YouTube video. He input wise he used that notepad name, sir. Then
Okay.
automatically that takes that value, sir. He he enters
Oh,
in notepad that 1010 అదే binary language code, sir.
So is it not available in the new version, in the new Raptor?
I didn't try it, sir. I will look up, check it.
Yeah,
Check it, sir.
we will try it then.
Yes, sir.
Maybe in tomorrow's class we will make an attempt.
Okay, sir.
It's 3:58, right? If you have no questions, you can leave. We'll meet tomorrow.
Bye, sir.